Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're back in RoadCraft. This episode is going to be taking place directly after the end of the last episode. Currently I'm just watching one of my routes that I just finished setting up. This is actually the route we were working on last episode, where we had to pave the two roads, or pave the two sections of road. As you see right there is one of the sections of road we paved. And I've still got all my equipment over there. Just moved it out of the way. That's about all I really did. And then I also built a little bit of a sand bridge over here. That sand bridge right here is one of the bridges I built. It's just a little rough right here. I figured to put a little bit of sand down, smooth it out. But so far, so good. This is the second road that we built, or we had the AI build. Got a little bit of muck right here on the road. Actually, it looks like they handled it just fine. Come on, there he goes. Got a little bit of push me pull me going on right there. Without the pull me. On the map, you can't tell that that hill is there. You kind of can. Alright, I think we got that fixed. Might have to come through here with a dozer and bump some of these rocks out of the way. I hate these trucks. These things are just horrible. And the route failed. See if I can straighten that out a little bit. Kind of get them out of that muck a little bit. Yeah, he's moving a lot better. Alright, that looks a lot better. Looks like everything's actually moving this time. They are rutting it out right there pretty bad, though. Ooh, we got a new toy. What is this? Is this a new dump truck? Rusty heavy dump truck. Okay. I like it. Looks like it's got the articulated steering though, so it leaks sand. But we need to go in here to our objectives. Because we got the one done, we need to restore beams. So let's open that and track it. Where is the steel beams? Steel beams is way over here. So we need to replace a pipe. It looks like we're going to have to get some steel pipes on the go. So, tunnel base exit. That's this one right here. I didn't look closely enough to see that that was going to be a problem. Not sure exactly how we're going to fix that just yet. It's a pretty steep rise right there. I might be able to do it with sand and pave it. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. So that's going to be part of what we have to do. So I'm going to figure out what the next step is, and I'll show you what we're going to do. Okay, one issue I have with the heavy dump truck is you see there's a lot of sand back there on the ground. This thing just likes to dump sand anywhere. So your best bet with this thing is just to go empty until you get where you're going, and then start dumping, or then refill it and then dump your sand. It holds 40 tons versus our bullhead, which holds 20 ton. So it is a major improvement. But it is not easy to drive. Alright, we're back over here where we're having issues with that route. I'm just going to lay some sand here, hope for the best. I don't know if this is going to do it or not. At the end of the day, we may end up having to restart our progress here. But I don't really see anywhere else that we can make this work. I do need to bring my scout back here and take a look. We're stuck. Go ahead and dump one more right here.
Over there. Last I heard, the bridge gave way. I wonder if you can still get to it. Only one way to find out, right?
I think it's talking about that over there, straight across from our truck. Just trying to find an alternate route here real quick. Got plenty of scrap metal here though. Pretty sure I can make it across here. There we go. We made it across. It'd be easier to do this with a crane, but Alright, there we go. That's a path that's cleared out. It'll take a little bit of sand just to clean it up a little bit. Alright, we finally got some sand over here. Took a little bit. Let's see if we can smooth this out. Well, that almost landed in the bed of our truck. That would have been cool. Looks like we're going to have to bring one more load of sand in here to finish this up. Alright, that's not too big of a deal. It's one more load than what I wanted to do. Mainly what I'm wanting to do is widen this out a little bit. Because I can drive across it, but I doubt the AI can. We're just going to back out of here. Switch over to this guy. We're going to go refill this with sand and then come back over here and dump. And there we go, folks. We have a land bridge now. No black holes, no issues like we had in the last map, where all our sand just kept disappearing. Actually went pretty smooth. Worked out pretty well. Now the only issue is, can the AI make it? And this isn't the only spot the AI is going to have a difficulty with on this run. Uh-oh. There we go. Got a little close to the edge there. I'm going to finish this up, then we'll get a convoy going. Alright, folks. We got our convoys going. We've had 2 deliveries come in. Our third one failed. I'm not even sure exactly what happened with it. I saw him make one of the turns, and then a few minutes, or probably about 30 seconds later, it came up saying that the route failed. And it didn't show me exactly where it failed. It just showed me where the vehicle stopped, but it didn't show me any markers on the route itself. I need to pull this over just a bit. I think part of the problem is my markers are a little bit too close, maybe. So he's zigzagging a lot. Yeah, it looked like he might have driven off and fallen in the ditch here. Which, I mean, they do get close. That is a tight turn there. That's the first time they've hit that. They have caught up on that once that I saw. Alright, so that one's going to make it. And here we're still working on filling this pit. Alright, let's try that to see if that helps any. And I'm going to keep working on this. Alright, so they're making a turn right here and they're making it way too sharp. Alright, we're going to try that. Alright, he's coming up on the turn now. I've noticed it seems like they try to hit each node. There we go. He's not going straight for that curve anymore, or that dip. Now, if they can make it through right here, we'll be good. I don't think he's going to have any problem with that little sandbar. No, not a problem at all. All right. So that will be done here in about another 4 or 5 trucks. All right, we've gone and broken out the trusty crane. We're gonna head down here to the steel pipes facility, grab some pipes. I know of at least 3 pipes that we need to replace, so I'm gonna grab some material to take with us, and then we can turn all that in. Get our pipes, and we'll go and start fixing some piping. All right, we got some material here to turn in. Got 3 pieces of fencing, or actually I think it's expanded metal catwalk. Either that or it's supposed to be chain link fence. I'm not sure which. But we got 3 pieces of that, 2 pieces of pipe. Don't know if it's going to be enough, but we're going to go ahead and head over here, drop it off. There's also some concrete rubble right here that we can take to the concrete plant. And strap that. See what that's going to give us. Only going to bring us up to 2 pieces of pipe. Well, we need a lot more than just 2 pieces. I'm going to grab a few other things, drop them off, and be back with you when we load up the pipes to head over and fix something. Alright folks, we got everything loaded up. Got 3 pieces of pipe. I know of at least 3 pieces of pipe. Take a look at our map, gotta figure out where we're going. Now, that doesn't tell us much. Alright, well we know there's 1 piece of broken pipe right there. I could be wrong about the path we're gonna have to take. I'm not sure. I know we made it up here with our little Humvee, but I don't know if we're gonna make it up there with this. There we go. And look at that. That's an awesome little truck. Alright, I found our broken pipe. We're going back in here on this little ledge here. And I hope we can reach it from there. Ooh. I hit the wrong button and I just screwed up. I'm afraid to let off the gas. There we go, folks. Steel Beam's facility is up and running. We still have not gotten our crane unstuck yet, but I'm going to work on that here in just a minute. Alright, so I could not get myself unstuck from there, so I had to reset, unfortunately. I've made a big mistake there. I hit the wrong button and ended up reversing back into that ravine deeper than what I'd planned. So we're going to head back over there. Hopefully our logs are still there, or not logs, but our pipes are still there. We're going to go ahead and grab those and run those over, make the deliveries and install them where they're supposed to go, and try and pick up the pieces from there. Alright, our pipes are down there, so I wasn't sure what would happen if we had cargo and recovered back to the base, but that answers that question for us. So we'll go ahead and fish these up out of here, put them back in the bed of our truck, and go to the other 2 points and drop them off. Alright, there we go. Oh, we got one that's not strapped. There we go. Now they're both strapped. Alright, get out here on the hard ball. And we're not going that way, that's for sure. We'll head across here and use our other bridge. As soon as I figure out exactly where we gotta take this thing. There is a broken piece over there, but we'll worry about it once we get the bridge built. This is a trip. As I said, I know I saw two more on the map. One's right there. We're gonna have to come in from this way. The other one's right there. And that one, I'm not sure how we're gonna get to. We're gonna start working our way that way, and I'll see you when we get there. Alright, folks, we're over here by the river base. Making our way over to one of the salt pits to finish this pipeline. It has been a bit of a rough adventure. There's the pipeline right there. You can see the big red glow. The other one is right over there. I don't know exactly how we're going to get it just yet. But we will figure that out once we get this one taken care of. There is a lot of debris over here. I'm not going to be able to reach it without moving some of this. Alright, we got all that cleared out. I'm just going to roll up here on top of this little rise here. Get our anchors out. And see if we can just punch this out. I can't quite reach it to punch it out. So we'll snatch it out. Maybe. That one's in there good. There we go. Alright. Fold the crane. Strap the cargo. Start reversing out. And fold the anchors. Alright, we're out of that hole. Let's go to the other one. I'll see y'all over there. Now look at that soupy mess we gotta make it through. And this is a tight turn. Here we go. Yeah, this looks like this was their storage area. I think that's a hole. I'm not going to say for sure, but I'm thinking that's a hole. That's a pretty deep hole too, but not too deep for us. There is a path. It's sketchy. Go ahead and throw this thing in low gear. Oh, the road's over there. This is one of those adventures of kind of guess where the road is and hope for the best. Yeah, I'm not driving this thing back through here. I'll just recover this one. Won't be any cargo on it unless we find some nice cargo or something. But our adventure's coming to a halt right here. That's a gorge. I can't get over that. That's just a wee bit irritating. I didn't even see that. Well, the only other thought I have is it doesn't look like the gorge is on this side. I'm wondering if we can drive up through the woods here, dodging trees, and get up here to the top. Still means we have to backtrack through the swamp. There we go, full send. There we go, that one yanked out nice. That's how they're supposed to yank out of there. There we go. Mission complete. And as I said, I'm going to recover this out of there. We'll come back and work over in here more later. As you see, this whole area is flooded out pretty good. We won't be able to drive through there, but I don't know if there might be some collectibles or optional objectives, anything like that in there. We're going to go ahead and recover back to the tunnel base. And I'm going to wrap this episode up right here. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.